JR with Citrus Carpet Cleaning Atlanta, Suwanee, Georgia this morning. It's about 10 o'clock. This is a 14 area job. This customer found us on Yelp, which we do not advertise on. We used to, but did not see a real good return on the investment, so we stopped. As you can see from this dining room here, they had an area rug, the previous owner. We have already, set expectations for this room specifically with these dark lines. Setting expectations is probably one of the most important things when dealing with customers, because if you can't meet their expectations, you are not going to have a happy customer. Unhappy customers do not make for good referrals. They obviously, typically cause other issues. So we've got this dining room here. We've got a family living room / office here. Most of the carpet is in good shape. There's just a few issues like I just showed you. There's one bedroom here on the main floor. The lighting in this house is not great. I think there's only one little bulb in this light. But overall, like I said, the carpet's in relatively good shape. We got some black discolorations in the high traffic areas here. You can see, I'll go up top and shoot from up there. We got the living room here. We have a total of 2.5 flights of stairs because we got one going up here. And then we got the half a flight going down. So that's 1.5. Upstairs, we have a hallway and 3 bedrooms. The master is not carpet, so we will not be doing the master. These other 3 secondary rooms are, oh, here we go. See the blackness here. Here, obviously had like a sectional there. So that's the high traffic areas. And this Berber carpet, once it gets high traffic, it ain't pretty. And then we got this room here. And there are, in addition to the stairs going down to the basement, there are 3 areas in the basement. I'll show you those real quick. Primarily to show you how it is 3 areas. We have lots of questions. People ask us specifically about how do you charge for basements? Well, the way we deal with basements is typically however many rooms or however many areas are above it is how many areas we count it as. So you get this large little entertainment room here with the TV, and then you have this large room here, which looks like one area, but upstairs it's actually, this is where the office is, or the living room, family room upstairs, and then there's a bedroom over on this side here. So we don't use square footage. Like I said, we just base it on how many rooms are above it. That's how many rooms we count it as. So this area is 2. We do have customers who say, let's just one area. And of course, as always, when we give pricing, for example, this job, when it was booked, the guy told me he had 10 areas and it ended up being 13.5 or 14.5. After everything was said and done. It says 14, but it actually was 13.5 because the counter does not base half areas. It just counts the total number of areas. And as you can see there, one is the half flight of stairs, which is half of the 50, which is 25. So there's basically 13.5 areas. $130 discount for $10 off per area because they are listed at $50 per area. So 13.5 total areas for a grand total of $545 if they're paying by check or cash. Debit or credit card adds 9%, 6% for the app tax. If you are unfamiliar with the app tax, this started back in January. Any business that does more than $600 per year now is going to be taxed because of the American Rescue something rather that has gone into effect. So, like I said, it's 10 o'clock. We're going to get busy on this job, and there won't be a whole lot to shoot afterwards because, like I said, the carpet's not in awful shape, but we'll shoot a quickie afterwards. All right, guys, as you can see, or not see, it's 11:52, so it's about 12 o'clock. We just finished this 13 area job. The carpet actually came out better than I expected, which is, sometimes the case, and always a plus. So we used probably 4 gallons of cleaner in this job. I said it was a big job. And some of the carpets were, so this living room and this dining room were the 2 worst areas. So we said it started about 10, although the job was scheduled at 9. The guy was moving from California, and when he put it on his schedule and he came to Georgia, he didn't do the time change difference. So I was here a little after 9 and called him, and he just had a time change issue, so I didn't get started till 10, which obviously messes up the rest of the day, but it happens. Just have to call the other jobs and explain what happened and go from there. So, like I said, this was a Yelp job. 12.5 areas, but 13 on the invoice in terms of items. We did have to use defoamer. This carpet is notorious for having soap in it, although almost all carpet has soap in it, from home shampooers, other carpet cleaners, spot cleaners, that kind of thing. So we do have to use soap defoamer most of the time. We also used a deodorizer as per their request to sort of freshen up the smell. Didn't smell bad, it just, I don't know if the top has been sitting or what, but it just had kind of a staleness to it. The product we use is a citrus-based non-soapy cleaner. It does smell like oranges, but sometimes people like that extra deodorizer because it's just, I think it's a mental thing. They like the fact it's been deodorized. He's been used deodorizer, which we do not charge for. Probably should, but we don't. Because again, the whole goal here is repeat and referrals. And the more things you can do for your customer, the more likely they are to keep you and refer you. So that'll wrap this up. We have another job later this afternoon in Buford. It is a 5-area, $200 job, assuming that the numbers they gave us over the phone are accurate, unlike this one, because like I said, it was originally listed at 10 areas, ended up being 12.5, 13.5, whatever it was. So the grand total was $545 before fees if they're paying by credit card. I got the impression he was writing a check or doing cash. But anyway, appreciate you watching. Again, this is JR with Citrus Carpet Cleaning Atlanta. 770-652-0630. On the web at citruscarpetcleaningatlanta.com.